So we can all agree that Sony is losing a lot of money, and they're bleeding money, in fact. They're not in the best financial situation right now, and the only brand for them is PlayStation that's making them money. And it's pretty evident with the PlayStation 3, the PlayStation Vita, PlayStation 4. Some may argue the PlayStation 2, but I think they discontinued that in 2012, so I don't think that's getting support. But anyway, today Sony did make a statement and other things to say about what they're doing for a 3-year cycle plan to boost the sales of Sony itself as a company, like boost the sales of PlayStation brand and ditching the smartphone divisions and TV division. What they mean is that they're going to be sacrificing the research and development that they use for their TVs to get new technology, quote unquote, like 4K, for example. And because there's not enough people buying their 4K TVs, for example, we're just taking 4K for an example, it's not going to recuperate the losses of money that they spent on it. So they're going to back away, they're going to move away from TVs and smartphones, and they didn't say that they're giving up on smartphones completely. They just said that the smartphones will be halted. Like, they won't focus on their Xperia phones for a bit. They'll, like, put them off to the side, and they'll focus more on the parts of phones. In the statement that I'm about to read on Joystick, I'll put a link in the description for the article if you want to read it. It says that they have been selling parts for the new iPhones, the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus, and Chinese smartphone developers, the people who are creating those smartphones, are buying parts from Sony. So they are making money for their parts, for the image sensors, where I think they said something like that. Anyway, so they are making money off that, and that's enough for them. And I think that really Sony abandoning the whole smartphones and TVs, that's okay. The cameras, though, they're doing okay with. Like, they're not doing great. Ever since they dropped the price for 4K HD cameras, they've been doing okay with the camera sales. They have been doing bad. They haven't been doing good. But they've been doing decently, at least. Anyway, so I'm going to read the article. You're going to hear my mouse click very soon. And here's what the article follows. According to a Reuters report, which I'm guessing is a website, Sony has instituted a 3-year plan for the shift that aims to reduce support for its mobile devices and television division, boost sales of the PlayStation division by 25%, up to as much $13.6 billion. Sony is also relying heavily on the sales of image sensors, which the corporation believes could increase as much as 70% thanks to the use in the new iPhones and an increasing number of Chinese manufactured smartphones. Here's what Asset Management Chief had to say. I don't know how to really pronounce his name, so bear with me on this. There's a lot of expectations for Sony now, but nothing is sure until there are results. Ichiyoshi Asset Management Chief Fund Manager Akino Mutsushushi told Reuters getting out of the mobile market is an option, but they can't do that now, so they will need to make some fundamental changes. So there you have it, guys. They just said it. And you know what? If I go march into a TELUS or into a Shaw Place or a telephone provider, let's say Verizon, if I march into there, odds are that any Xperia phone I find will have remote play. Because now it's proof that they aren't really caring about the mobile devices. And they're going like, you know what? Sure, we used to make mobile phones. We can make money off the iPhone because we're selling parts for the iPhone. It's doing good things for us, the iPhone. Instead of treating them like competitors, we can treat them like an asset to us. And instead of making our own phones, let's just sell parts to them. It works out for us and we're making money off. And the PlayStation brand, like I just said at the beginning of the video, it's the only thing really that's making Sony money. There's the camera division. Like, I own 2 Sony cameras. One of them is not really functional. It broke. The other one is semi-functional. And they're old, obviously. They're out of date, but you know what? This holiday season, I'm planning to get a camera maybe. And odds are I'm going to choose a Sony one. I know that if I buy a Sony camera, it'll be good quality. And you know what? Ever since that, I think last year, there was a keynote meeting of Sony during January this year, I think. And they did announce that there was a brand new 4K camera with a price drop. It's smaller, it's more compact, and people are buying it in spades, if I remember. So the camera division is doing okay for Sony. It's not doing bad, it's not doing good. Their TV division is bleeding, and their smartphone division is bleeding. If I go up to someone right now, I'll ask, do you own a Sony Xperia phone? They'll probably say, what the hell is an Xperia phone, first off? Second off, they'll say, no, I own an iPhone, or I own an Android, or I own a Samsung Galaxy. Anyway, so how do I feel about this? About Sony moving more to PlayStation and, moving away from TVs and mobile phones. And to that, I say it's a good thing because Sony might be giving Nintendo a run for their money. A lot of people can debate now that Nintendo is worse than Sony because they don't have a lot of third-party support. They're not popular with people as much as Sony is, and that's true. There's a lot of truth to that. But remember this, and I heard this on Review Tech USA's video today. I'm not sure if this is a true rumor, but apparently Nintendo's collaborating with third-party developers, Western third-party developers from America, to make their next-generation platform, so it's adapting to them and Nintendo themselves. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching my video. Comment, subscribe, and let me know if there's any articles you want me to talk about. Do you think that what Sony is doing, moving away from their smartphones and their TVs, is a good thing? It'll incorporate money for the company because PlayStation is really the only thing making money for them? Or do you think it's a bad thing and it's just going to send them more down under, put their final nail in their coffin because they're doing that? Make sure to rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next video.